こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材は、クリスタルパレスの鎌田大地に関する動画です。クリスタルパレスは、カラバオカップ3回戦で、ミルウォールと対戦し、1対1で終えた後、PK 戦を経て、なんとか勝利しました。鎌田大地はフル出場し、PK でも4人目のキッカーを務め、冷静に決め、勝利に貢献しました。今回も、ザ・バック・オブ・ザ・ネストのチャンネルのプレイヤーレーティングの動画から、鎌田大地をはじめ、素晴らしいパレスデビューを果たした JD コンボと、鎌田大地とボランチでパートナーを組んだウィル・ヒューズ、そして前半のみで交代させられてしまったロメインエッセの4人分を切り取っています。鎌田大地には相変わらず良い評価をしていますが、JD コンボの高い評価と、対照的なロメインエッセについても、どのように話しているのか、チェックしてみましょ
う。Anyway, speaking of him, let's get to him now. JD Convo, broke him 8.5. You go first.
Yeah, I spoke about him in the live match reaction. I always go back to that Glasner quote where he talks about the left wing, the left back, when he was in Austria with the young guy, and he asked him about how do you think he done, and he was like, I didn't make any mistakes. Well, and then he was like, well, that's not I want you to play your game, how you play in the youth team. And I feel like he played exactly how he's probably been playing for Toulouse and how he got scouted and how all the teams were looking at him, and he wasn't afraid of maybe losing the ball or making a mistake. And obviously there was a couple of things that is naturally going to happen. He's 19 years old, but he was unbelievable. His physicality is a joke. His pace, his passes into the midfield and to the forwards were 90% of the time accurate. Yeah, it was very impressive.
Yeah, I put his stats up. I forgot earlier, but I mean, for a debut 19-year-old, the most successful passes 58 out of 64. The most touches in the match 85. Yeah, he played longer than Gay, obviously, but to have that many touches in the game is ridiculous. 91% was the actual passing accuracy, which is brilliant. He had 5 out of 8 accurate long balls, 2 out of 2 tackles won, 7 clearances, 8 recoveries. The only mistake he made, I wrote it down, in the 30th minute, he lost the ball to Sturridge, who made a run and crossed to Ivanovic, who shot over. That aside, I don't think he even really misplaced the pass. He was actually brilliant. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to base it on this one thing because I did, know about him a little bit before, but he has a tremendous upside. And you're right, what the man just said about him is very exciting, but could have been man of the match. I would have given it to him had we not won on penalty kicks with the Benitez. He was definitely up there, but he was absolutely fantastic the first game in a Palace shirt. Next, Daichi Kamada, 7.5 from me, 8 from you. I'll go first. I thought Daichi, again, I like the fact he was back in the middle. I think he helped create chances. He had the most chances created in the match, which was 3. On the bottom there, you see he actually had the most tackles also in the game, which was also 3. 81% passing on 50 out of 62. 5 defensive contributions, 9 recoveries offensively, 4 out of 7 ground duels. You know what? When you don't have Wharton and your 10s, like yesterday, we'll get to them. When the 10s aren't creating, you need Kamada, and Kamada was our best creative outlet yesterday. I thought he played really well with Hughes. I thought it was a very good combination. They helped control the match, dominated it for the most part, midfield-wise, when Millwall didn't come back into the game. But I thought he had a very solid game. But your thoughts on Daichi?
Yeah, I've seen a few people even complaining about Kamada, and I was like,
I don't get it. I think it's just a complaint. Exactly.
To me, apart from the defense, he was the only player, obviously Hughes as well, that looked a class above. Like no one else was on his wavelength. The way he kept the ball, some of the turns he done, he plays the ball to Munoz to set up for Mateta. I thought he was class yesterday, and he's at the moment for me, he's one of the first on the team sheet. But
I'm with you. I don't. I mean, yeah. Again, I'm gonna get to it later with another player, but I think that some people just want to complain about players who they don't particularly care for, and it doesn't really matter if they have a great 5 game, but they have that one game that's not perfect. They're gonna say it. But anyway, next player on the list. Let's get to his partner in midfield. Paul Hughes, solid 7 from both of us. I'll go quickly first. I just thought he played overall a Hughesy game. He played a lot, By the way, another yellow card. He's going to be suspended very soon. There's no doubt about that. Played the whole 90, 47 out of 53 passing, 89%, 62 touches, 2 out of 3 accurate long balls. Was dispossessed 3 times. But overall, I thought very solid in midfield with Daichi. Again, Daichi is not his common partner in there. Obviously, he plays more with Lerma or Wharton, but you didn't even notice that they hadn't played. But I thought it was solid 7. But your thoughts on Will Hughes?
Yeah, exactly the same. I think a lot of the time the midfielders, if your 10s aren't creating, that's how we do. We try and progress the ball quickly forward, and if it's breaking down when it gets to the 10s, it's frustrating because Hughes isn't really going to get the ball, dribble past people and score, is he? So he was effective as usual, but yeah, I just think the connectivity just let us down a little bit, but solid from him.
Agree. Let's get to our 10s because both had issues separately. We'll just start with the main focal point, Romain Esse. Both gave him a 3. I'll let you go first because, I'll let you go first.
I covered him on the live reaction as well. There's a serious immaturity to his game. I think Glasner has no time for immature football players. It's an mature way of playing doesn't always coincide with your age because JD Combo played like a mature centre-back. And Adam Morton is 21 years old. He plays like an experienced centre midfielder. Tyreek Mitchell, 24, 25, he's been obviously he's a little bit older, but like these players are younger, but they play with like they've been playing for years and they can take the manager's instructions and then implement it on the pitch. Another reason why Devaney plays. He knows how to take a manager's instructions and implement it on the pitch. It might not look amazing sometimes, but he has the trust of the manager. Esse, it's tough. I don't want to like put him down because he's probably feeling the worst out of everyone from yesterday. But my God, there was some shocking decision making on that pitch in that first half. I would have kind of slyly have liked to have seen him maybe be able to come out and rectify it a little bit, but I understand just taking him out of the firing line completely.
Yeah, I think the fact he's playing Millwall was a weight on his shoulders. He wanted to obviously do well. He started off okay, funny enough. He had a good ball for Munoz. They were slow to shoot. That led to a corner, and then he had a shot in the box where he kind of turned. But after that, I don't know if you remember, in the 90th minute, he got tackled, and he kind of seemed like it kind of slowed him down. He got tackled. Remember, he was down for a while at 90,
Yeah, the kid injured himself doing it.
Yeah, exactly right. The one that got stopped off, right? Exactly. And it seemed to me after that, he wasn't limping, but he wasn't moving properly. So, but I'm not making an excuse because people have been calling for him to play, and I wanted him to play also, so I'm not going to act like I wasn't one of them. But you can... Again, you and I always say, trust the manager. You can see why he's not playing. It's simple. You can see why he's not playing. You're right. He's young. He's got a lot to learn. People saying go out on loan. A loan's not going to help him. One, we can't afford to put him out on loan. And two, that's not going to help. He's going to need to be in this system, in training, learning from Saar and learning from, Kamada and learning from the manager. Sending him on loan is not going to help him. I know he's young and he could develop. We've already sent out France on loan. You can't send out Esse. If we haven't sent out France, I say maybe. You can't. He's going to have to figure this out because yesterday, I'm going to say, could be a turning point in his career, literally in his Palace career, because it was a massive opportunity which he did not take. I had no problem him getting stopped off because I just thought that he's going to make it worse if he stays on that pitch. I just thought he was trying too hard and he just not up to the speed of it. Hopefully he will at some point. I was disappointed in him and disappointed for him. I wasn't disappointed in the fact he got taken off. I thought the manager did the right thing in taking him off. I might disagree, and feel free to comment. There'll be a ton of comments in the comment section, but I just thought he was poor, and I wanted to do well, don't get me wrong, but yesterday was just not good.
I said in the live reaction, he needs to come on when we're winning 2-0.
Yeah, I agree, and get some confidence, and build on those type of performances going forward. But you're right, you want to compare to someone like Devaney. Devaney comes on and just doesn't put a foot wrong. People criticize him.
He does exactly what the manager says to do.
Exactly. That's what the kid's got to figure out, yeah.
次は解説です。今回は難しいボキャブラリーがほとんどありませんでしたので、簡単なものも過去解説したものも多いですが、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょう。
and it's an mature way of playing doesn't always coincide with your age.
コインサイドウィズはビジネスや学術的な場面でよく使われる表現です。基本は何かと同時に起こるや何々と重なるという意味ですが、抽象的に考えや意見が一致するといったニュアンスでも使えます。例えば、出張が会社のイベントと重なるという意味でも使えますし、彼の意見は私の意見と一致するという使い方もできます。トイックやビジネス英語では特によく出る表現なので、覚えておくとスコアアップに役立ちます。
And this an mature way of playing doesn't always coincide with your age. And it's an mature way of playing doesn't always coincide with your age. I don't wanna like put him down.
プットダウンはとても多義的な表現です。基本は下に置くという意味ですが、文脈によって大きく意味が変わります。例えば、プットダウンアブックは本を置くですが、プットダウンユアネームは名前を書くとなります。比喩的に、プットサムワンダウンといえば、人をけなす意味になり、日常会話でもよく使われます。さらに軍事や政治の文脈では、反乱を鎮圧するという意味。動物に関しては、安楽死させるという使い方もあります。このように、動詞句は一つの直訳だけではなく、前後の文脈から理解することが大切です。
I don't wanna like put him down. I don't wanna like put him down. Maybe be able to come out and rectify it a little bit.
レクティファイはフォーマルな単語で間違いや問題を直すや正すという意味があります。日常会話ではあまり使われず、ビジネスや学術的な場面でよく使われます。例えば、レクティファイアンエラーは誤りを訂正する。レクティファイザシチュエーションは状況を是正するという意味になります。ニュアンス的にはちょっと直すというより、正式に正しい状態に戻すといった固い表現です。トイックやビジネス英語のメールなどで出てきやすいので、日常的なフィックスやコレクトとの違いを意識すると理解が深まります。
Maybe be able to come out and rectify it a little bit. Maybe be able to come out and rectify it a little bit, but I understand just taking him out the firing line completely.
テイクアウトオブザファイアリングラインは比喩的な表現で誰かを矢面から外すや厳しい批判やプレッシャーから一時的に守るという意味で使われます。スポーツでは調子の悪い選手を一度ベンチに下げて立て直させるような場面に使われ、ビジネスでは批判を浴びている社員を一時的に責任から外すイメージです。直訳すると、車線から外すですが、本当の銃撃ではなく、精神的、社会的な攻撃から守るニュアンスになります。日本語にすると、矢面から外すや、負担を軽減するが自然な訳です。
But I understand just taking him out the firing line completely. But I understand just taking him out the firing line completely.
He wasn't limping.
リンプは動詞として使うと足を引きずるという意味になり、怪我や痛みのせいで普通に歩けない様子を表します。名詞としては足を引きずる動作そのものを指します。また形容詞では力のないやぐったりしたといった意味で人の態度や物の状態を描写するのに使われます。例えば、He gave me a limp handshake なら彼の握手は弱々しかったとなります。日常会話では怪我や病気の文脈、文学やニュースでは比喩的に弱いや活力のないものを描写するときによく登場します。
He wasn't limping.
いかがでしたか？鎌田大地については、フットモブなどのスタッツを見てみると、ボールロストが20回もあって驚いてしまいましたが、特にエッセに対するパスが通らなかったことも大きかったのではないでしょうか。エッセに関しては、なかなかパスを受けられず、パスを受けてもボールロストし、チームメイトとも会っておらず、素人から見ても孤立しているように見えました。逆に、イエレミー・ピノとは、鎌田大地とかなり相性が良さそうに見え、いずれかでボールロストしているケースも少なくないものの、お互いにパスを出し合い、パスを受け合い、ワンツーやスルーパスでも感じ合っているように見えるのは、鎌田大地がよく見ていてパスを出しているからか、ピノも良いパスが来るのが分かっているような、鎌田との連携で攻めていこうとしているように感じるほど、鎌田を信頼しているようにさえ思えました。相手のセンターバックもかなり良かったのかもしれませんが、マテタは調子が悪そうだったのか、いまいちには見えたものの、少し合わなかったものの、鎌田大地とそれぞれとても惜しいスルーパスを出し合っているプレーもありました。いずれにしても、鎌田大地が攻撃の中心でボールを配球し続けているようで、この試合も、個人的にはかなり良い、鎌田らしいパフォーマンスだったと思います。本当に鎌田の批判をしている人がいるのか疑問ですが、間違いなくチームの中心となっているので、 今後の試合もかなり期待をして楽しみたいと思います。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。